there's an energy among us and it's beginning to take hold. And as this influx of light builds up and more of us are wakening up and or leveling up, it requires a new level of trust, because it's this inner trust that will lead you to creating and manifesting the biggest changes on the outside and give you that nudge to take that leap of faith as we navigate through such energies that feel like they've come out of nowhere. For many of us, it can feel like one of the strongest purging energies and in a way feel very different to what we experienced in the last 6 months of 2023. But that's fine, and it's a perfectly natural process of leveling up of things. But in order to navigate, move through and solve what comes up in this new Aquarian age that we now exist in requires a new level of thinking, a new level of being, and in particular, a new level of trust as well as inner strength. Now, this month in itself is one of the most powerful months for growth, and part of you may already feel more awake, more vibrant, more uplifted and connected, but at the same time moving through periods of purging. It's like being in a dark but very bright place at the same time, and it can be a painful process for many of us, when you're letting go of the old, shedding layers, letting go of your limiting beliefs, healing that inner child, and dealing and coming face to face with those heavy emotions, letting go of anything that does not serve your growth or evolution. But know this, that the more you give yourself the permission to rest and move through the shadows, the more you strengthen your roots, the more you elevate your consciousness. And the more you work on yourself, giving yourself that permission to do so, trusting the process, the more you blossom and the more you upgrade in frequency. And by trusting the process, you let the universe know that you are ready. And when you do come out the other end, it completely is life-changing. Now, this is one of my own examples that I'm going to share with you, because over the weekend I had a very unusual dream, and it's to do with my abandonment issues, before the age of 1, my mother leaving me and so on. And those of you who watch my previous videos know my story, and how I was brought up by my paternal grandparents. But it was a very heavy emotional dream that I had. And I tried to put it, at the back of my mind. But as I carried on during the day, tried to carry on as normal, I found myself getting frustrated at everything and everybody who was around me. Even the littlest thing would just trigger me, because without actually being aware, this dream was still playing, on in the back of my mind. It was still there. And I remember as I sat there, having a normal conversation with my husband, I found myself tuning out of that conversation and going back to that dream and thinking about the heavy emotion attached to it, the lack of love, the lack of self-worth, not having that sense of belonging or anything like that, the care that a child needs. And as I sat there thinking about all these things, the heavy emotions that came up with that dream, I literally just found myself just breaking down in that moment. And I literally just broke down. Now, that was me, as painful as it was, trying to, go with the process of it in the best way that I could in that moment and just letting it all release, healing that inner child of me, part of my inner child, healing that inner part of my child, And it was, a painful process that I had to go through. But I know that, the minute I came out on the other end of it, I felt so much lighter, so much ease. I was able to purge that hurt, that pain that I was subconsciously still carrying from a very, very young age. And the reason why I feel called to share this with you is because, these purges that we are going through, they can be of, at any level. But they've been brought to your awareness for a reason, and the universe is showing you this. Your higher self is bringing this to you so that you can let go and release and heal those lower density energies, those low vibrations, those stuck energy. And I want you to know that what we are moving through a tunnel of massive change. And this is why a new level of trust is really, really crucial. By trusting yourself, that knowing that, when you come out the other end, it's going to be okay. And you are being guided by your higher self, by the spirits, by the universe. And it's that new level of trust that will enable you to move through that tunnel and come out the other end. So no matter what you are going through, trust this redirection that the universe is shifting you to where you are meant to be on your highest timeline. And I just want you to know that this new level of trust will be your most powerful tool this year as the darkness gets exposed and more things are unearthed for healing and for new beginnings as we move through a pivotal turning point for humanity. There is a collective awakening and a shift in consciousness that will impact us all. And again, this will be different depending on your own spiritual personal development, but it will still require a new level of trust. Trusting in yourself is having the confidence to withstand these challenges, navigating your way through the unknown as well as the unseen, and making those aligned decisions and choices that not only will serve you now in this present moment, but, as you step forward in this new version of yourself, a new way of thinking, a new way of being. And then having this deep knowing that no matter what's going on, you will be guided and supported by the universe and by your spirit guides. And you'll be shown the path and what steps to take next by your higher self. And with that said, some of you may already start to notice that you're already starting to do things at an all new level, and that's okay. That's a good thing. It's a win, and take a note of that. That's one of your successes, that you can get through the other end. And you already may start to notice things starting to shift and change around you. But I also want you to remember that the thing you are looking for occurs on the other side of the discomfort. When you go through that uncomfortable experience, on the other side of that tunnel, that this massive shift and change is happening. And the fact that you're here listening to this message is no coincidence. You call this message to you, just like the path and the journey that you are on. You chose it all. These transformations can be challenging and intense and can involve confronting deep-seated fears, unfamiliar territory, and heavy emotions. And it's in these moments that a new level of trust becomes crucial, becomes your best friend. But I want you to know that as you move through the tunnel, releasing and letting go and shedding those layers, you are then also clearing up the energy field around your body. And by doing so, you shift from the inside out. And this is a space that the universe needs to create that massive shift and change in your life by attracting new opportunities, new blessings, and new miracles into your life, a better financial situation, a more meaningful relationship, a better health, even a problem being solved for you, all the things that you have been waiting for. As you trust yourself and you trust the process and you allow yourself to feel through that hurt and that pain, you're allowing those stagnant energies to come up to the surface, those low vibrational thoughts, those 3D densities and low chakra energies to be released. And by doing so, you give yourself a chance to upgrade in frequency. And this is a trust that you then need to be able to move and go to your destination. Because in order to birth something new, you must release and let go of the old. And I know that it can be a scary process. I've been there myself. But I want you to imagine, taking a part of yourself metaphorically to the edge of the cliff. And then you will see this invisible bridge that you will need to walk. And that is that leap of faith that you will need to get to the other side. And that is where it's so crucial to tap into that new level of trust, this unwavering belief and trust that, by taking every step, you will get to your destination. You will get to the other side. And, often people think that, I need to see it to believe it, or I need, the outcome to change, or I need to see the end result in order to take that first step. But what I'm asking you to do here is imagine that there's this magical invisible bridge in front of you. And I want you to walk with faith. And I want you to believe with every step that you take. Because this is what will get you through to the other side. And when you do, it truly is life-changing. It's literally just mind-boggling. It's magical, to say the least. It's essential to focus your attention on the fact that the universe has you and it's guiding you, and it's also carrying you, across that magical bridge to the other side. And when you come out through the other side, I've gone through that discomfort, you will see that that discomfort was just you shedding layers, and that these changes and upgrades are the ones that you have been asking for are here. Because in those moments, in those low moments, when you turn and you look up and you're like, oh God, I wish things were different. I wish I wasn't going through this pain and suffering. Please help me. These are the changes and not the upgrades that you have been asking for. They are here. So trust it and surrender to it. Trust, because you are a divine child of the universe who is always being held and guided, as this will enable you to feel and see that not everything is happening to you but for you. And then as you move forward, you will see that it's in this process that you will undo the conditioning, undo the old beliefs, and let go of the old identity and shed all those layers that are no longer going to serve you on your higher purpose, on your highest timeline. And then as you move forward, you will ascend. And you may even experience cosmic galactic experiences, hear messages, receive wisdom and guidance, ancient magic coming through you, increase synchronicities as you become consciously aware of what's happening around you and the more you in tune with yourself. As you move forward and you cultivate a new level of trust, it will allow you to embrace your authentic self, take risks and step outside of your comfort zone. And it will empower you to pursue your goals and aspirations with confidence and determination. It's crucial to trust in your knowing, to trust your connection with your higher self and with the source, because the roads ahead are becoming clearer. Trust that your life has a way of turning around for you, that there are so many ways that it can get better. Trust in the sudden shifts and changes and things and opportunities finding you and blessings happening for you, because change is here. You just need to be able to tune into it and trust yourself enough to be able to take that first step. Now, by a way of trusting yourself at a whole new level, you may become consciously focused in the way that you feel things, in the way that you perceive things, and in the way that you become more deeply available to yourself, because you now have this evidence and you have this unwavering belief and a new level of trust that, if you move through that purge, if you allow yourself to feel, to heal, and you're able to navigate through those heavy emotions, you will be okay. You won't get lost or lose yourself in that storm. You'll be able to ride that storm with ease and grace, knowing that things will be okay, because you have been there and you've done it, last year when you went through that evolution shift, and you're doing it now as you move through this purge. And look how far you've come on your journey, emerging as this new empowering version of yourself, almost like I'm ready to take on whatever life throws at me, these life lessons and life experiences, with ease, gratitude and confidence, knowing that this is what you've asked for, so that you can then shift and upgrade in frequency and ascend to the next level. And if you're not quite there yet, then that's okay. It's part of the process. Be easy and gentle with yourself, and don't be so hard on yourself for exhibiting old patterns. Just gradually take yourself back to neutrality and acceptance. And in those moments, just go within and just be like, I hand my trust over to my higher self and I surrender to the universe. And you have this knowing that the light will guide you into the unknown. And it's no longer just about self-preservation, but being the ultimate guiding light that you are, standing there as your most empowered version of you, ready to take on whatever life throws at you. And, standing there in your high vibration that's no longer holding on to that old identity, those old beliefs, thinking and being that would allow you to step forward. So take this as the universe's way of showing you the path towards your destination, towards your miracle and blessings. And as you trust yourself more, you may become more discerning about the world around you. Not only that, but about who you are and your role on earth as well as your values and what's important to you, what's sacred to you, including your relationship with yourself as well as others. When you fully trust who you are being and you begin to live from that place more and more, you deepen your connection with yourself and with the divine. And when you trust this guidance, you trust your intuition, you honor your feelings and your calling, the universe rises up to support you more and more in your relationships, in your choices, and, in other aspects of your life. Hence why so many people are waking up, with this strange sensation like nothing is as it seems, nothing is real, breaking away from the illusion and deconditioning from old familial patterns, from childhood patterns, all these beliefs that we were told that you're holding on to that formed your now reality. And it's almost like the shattering of that illusion. And it can be scary and it can be frightening, you know, especially if you're new to this. But it's almost a brilliant breakthrough, like a wake-up call that you never knew existed, like, you know, the illusion, the veil being lifted away from your eyes. And you suddenly, you know, become aware that your life is starting to synchronize more than before. And you suddenly, you know, walking your destiny, walking your path, because that's how powerful this spiritual transformational shift is. And that's why this new level of trust is so crucial, because it will literally catapult your life and literally shift you on a different timeline. This new level of trust will provide you with a foundation of support and guidance and inner strength that will allow you to move through this transformative journey with ease, grace, and alignment with your higher purpose. Remember, cultivating a new level of trust with yourself or with the universe involves self-compassion, self-reflection, and setting clear boundaries. So move forward, you know, embracing vulnerability, continuing with your spiritual and grounding practices to strengthen and deepen your connection with yourself and to build a solid foundation of trust within. And then move forward, trusting yourself, trusting light, trusting love and spirit, as it's a cornerstone for empowerment on this transformative journey. Please share and like this video with other people who need to hear this message, and subscribe, as it will also help my channel to grow and expand. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Much love. Namaste.